Welcome home to Eden. This is Eve Christoph, your love life muse. Stick with me for the hottest news and subscribe to this channel to get somewhere new. So this is Eve's Eden Divine Feminine channel, and we're here talking about how all the world problems today, all the problems you're having, come down to one thing, which is lack of being established in the values of the feminine. So today we're talking about how to evoke the Tantric woman. Okay, so the Tantric woman, that's the really sexy woman. That's the woman who wants you and wants to be sexual with you a lot and go to cosmic realms of ecstatic physical bliss with you. But what you're going to need to learn, darling, are some really big lessons in order to have her. Because it's actually not about finding that needle in the haystack, that one woman that's just not around anymore because all the women are closed down and wounded. It's not about that. It's about the fact that she's around you everywhere. Every woman, she's within every woman. She must be evoked. Okay? So you're going to learn to evoke the Tantric woman in the women you know, in the woman you're with. All right? One of the very first things to start to get a real handle on is in all those dating sites where it says, okay, what does it say? It says, I want a tantric partner, right? The guys are all saying that. I want a tantric partner, and I'm interested in polyamory. Oh, great. So you've got tantra mixed in there with free sex. Any woman who will do a bunch of sex positions with you and breathing exercises, and you don't have to be devoted, and you don't have to be in love, and you don't have to help her life in any way. You want free sex, just like in the 60s when the birth control pill came out and the guys were like, great, and maybe the women too, we can just have a free-for-all. Well, it's not that it's not valid to be with slutty people, to be a slut yourself, to just be in it for the lusts. That's good. That's okay. That's an exploration. But that is not tantric love, nor is it a tantric relationship, because tantra itself, listen to Deepak Chopra, would you? He is so beautifully deep. The tantra means love embodied. It means love in action. It does not mean lust that just comes and burns the bridge. It walks over and takes from the feminine everything it can and then shows off and disappears. You fucking assholes. That is not, you don't deserve her. So what I see in these dating profiles constantly is the guy's like, no, I want her. I want it all. And I want her to show up on my doorstep. So the very first thing to realize, if you want to evoke the tantric woman that you've never experienced before, okay, you're going to have to do a sacred thing on every chakra. So we're just going to go through the 7 chakras and you'll get it. I'm sure you'll get the picture. First chakra is the security chakra. So the very first thing is to make her feel safe, not because you're manipulating her, pretending that she's safe, but because you actually engage with her, her realities of survival, and you are willing to spend money. Okay, so the tantric woman, the woman who surrenders into bliss with you, is first of all, on the first chakra, she is supported. There is money involved. She's either paid for as a courtesan or as a sex worker or as a wife or as somebody who's you're flying to go see, or somebody you're supporting her and her family. There is money on the table. Okay, no judgment how that relationship is set up, but you are involved with her root chakra of security, and you are making her security more safe, more better. Okay, this is what opens her on the first primal level of you being a real man, that she looks at and goes, oh, this guy is he's in his masculine with me. So if you're like, but I'm a poor man, I don't have any money, well, involving yourself with her security and her safety can be done in lots of different ways, where you just become aware of, like if she's driving to see you, did you realize how long that takes you? Did you give her gas money? Or you ever thought of going to go take that burden on yourself? You go to her. I mean, there's lots of ways to stay involved, but the thing about paying for dinner, the thing about paying for the event, it's a pretty big deal, because in her world, the feminine is, and we're still in the root chakra, okay, get this, because the whole idea of the tantric woman is she opens up wildly and she wants you all the time. So you gotta have to get every chakra aligned with her. She's got more people to take care of than you. All the women do. They're either taking care of their cousins or their mothers or their grandparents or their children, but they are not as free and easy as you are, okay? On top of that, her wages are lower. Her opportunities for being given jobs in the higher management positions that pay more are less. They will come more easily to you. And all the costs are higher for her beautification, for her clothing, for everything she's expected of a woman, for her menstruation. So her costs are higher, her wages are lower, she has more people to take care of, and you don't even want to pay for the date. Oh, screw you. What you're saying, oh, Eve, but I'm into equality. No, you're not. You're not into equality unless you're footing the bill in primary ways, and you're helping her life on the visceral, grounded level of survival, so that she's safer and her children are better off because you're in her life. Okay. All right. Am I talking in a way that you're hearing me? You need to hear this. Or somebody else does. Maybe you don't. Maybe you've got this already, but pass it on, would you? Because nowadays the guys are just like, they don't want to do anything. They're just getting, they go on these Tinder hookup sites, and they're not involved with any support on the root chakra of her, and the women are paying for everything and the date, and the women feel so burned out, and so in the end so disgusted by the guys. I have my young beautiful girlfriend women talking about these dates where they are just completely feel singed by his entitlements. So that's the very first thing, is be a gentleman on the root chakra and actually engage with support in a grounded, practical, monetary way. Good. Now, boom, we're on to the next. We're on to awakening her pleasure. Okay, so this is the sexual chakra. You're like, oh, good, that's the one I want. So as soon as we get into this one, I'm done. I'm not listening to any of the other chakras. Only trouble is, darling, this chakra does not open to you. Maybe in a lustful way for a one-night stand, but it will not last with you unless you are evoking the tantric woman on the other chakras first, okay? So yes, on this chakra of the deep pleasure chakra of sensuality, you want to be in the five senses. You want to be bringing scents and touch and sounds to her, and yes, awakening smells, beautiful smells, candle. And that's why the atmosphere you create for her is important. It is a beautiful gift. And you want to be helping her feel beautiful, a clarity that you love her body as it is, as she is. You're not actually comparing her to anyone else. You're staying focused without talking about other women ever in your time with her, ever. Okay? Don't make that stupid mistake. So here it is. You've done your homework in the sexual chakra, where you've studied about her different G spots and the different tantric exercises that arouse those G spots and fulfill them, and you've basically learned the main thing that Catholic guys learn, which are often Latin guys, about kissing, because in Catholic cultures you're not allowed to have sex till you're married, so they get really good at kissing, and long petting sessions where you're running the energy, feeling the energy, just feeling the joy of the sensuality, and letting letting it keep going. So kissing, remember that kissing is a direct connection to her pussy. This is the first pussy. So if you can open her mouth into total relaxation and joy with you, tenderly and passionately in all those ways, her pussy starts responding. Now, but we're talking the tantric woman, not the woman who's going to do this once and then never want to do it again, or who's going to turn frigid, or who's going to disappear after a hot night. No, you're talking about the tantric woman who stays with you, and you're in a life together that is hot and sexy, and it keeps going. Oh, so let's talk about the power chakra, okay? The power chakra. So what usually happens is people will have this romantic time and this, passionate, sexy time, and then they get to the power chakra and they start, oh my gosh, they're in a power struggle. They're in a nitty gritty over who gets whose way, and who's gonna show their dominance. The woman's gonna be like, I'm gonna be the dominant one to show that I'm not a woman who gets trampled on, and the man's like, I'm gonna show I'm the dominant one to show I'm a man. I'm not pussy whipped. And then the whole thing is a total debacle because nobody's listening to help each other's needs be fulfilled. No one's like actually taking the time to go, oh, we're different people and we both have valid needs, and we're both going to take it as a privilege to meet each other's needs without giving up ourselves in the process. And that's the problem with the word compromise, which actually brings people to a place of dullness where neither person is truly being themselves because they've given up to make the other one happy. So instead it's joining each other's power. So you're going to join her power. Now, how do you do this? Okay, this is so fun. Oh my God. You are, first of all, your Facebook page, you're going to acknowledge that you're in a relationship, all right? You are going to post, you're going to get some gorgeous pictures taken of you too that would make anybody jealous, that make her happy, that she likes how she looks. She likes the picture a lot. And you're going to post that on your Facebook page with many compliments about her and what she brings to your life. Now, this is deep empowerment of the woman because it means in public, you are giving her the grace of being seen as a woman who's loved and adored. Now, you men, you have all this power that comes to you without having to be loved. But us women, when we're not loved and no one joins us, we're seen as less than. We're seen as something tragically wrong with us, that, we don't have a man's support, adoration, whatever, and so if you're with a man, you're dating him, and he doesn't post that he's in a relationship, and he never posts pictures of you, and he's always got these hundreds of women, he's his supposed friends with their boobs in your face, then she just feels like, why am I doing this? Like, I don't trust this man, right? So joining with her power is a huge way to evoke the tantric woman, because the more she feels you're really there for her, like as a life partner, the more open she becomes, the more grateful she becomes, the more soft she becomes, and full of laughter, right? So when she has an event that's important, you're going to show up. When you're at the club, the hot, sexy club, you're going to be by her side. You're going to dance with her, the hottest dance. This is called supporting her power, all right? You're going to, when it comes to her health, you're going to support her power by supporting her health. If she's on a diet, you don't undermine the diet. And if she's not on a diet, you don't put her body down. You just keep supporting her body, her body's strength and power and health, okay? You join with her in an exercise thing, yay, great. Now, if she's on her moon time, this is a time when women get very disempowered. The men say, why aren't you just working up through it? Or I don't believe that you're in pain. No, you're going to have a special little way that you treat her on her moon time. You bring her journal and her hot water bottle. You make her warm milk with honey and nutmeg, it just totally works for cramps. And, you just totally encourage her to take her inner time and her emotional craziness. You don't say what she's saying is invalid. You say, wow, on your period, you say the most potent things that come from such a deep place, but I know that you're also like, you also just need me to be here. Let's talk about this later because really she will feel differently later. And she is just really emotional on her period. And you just love her through it. And you don't disempower her or expect her to be different on her period, because it's going to happen every month that you need to be helping her feel more powerful as a woman. And that means she doesn't feel like she's totally a bad person every time she bleeds. Okay, so you find the ways to be in a sacred relationship with her at that time. Now we've moved. Okay, we've moved out of the power chakra and we come up into the heart. Heart chakra. Whoa, heart chakra. Woo! So heart chakra, it's like friendship, okay? It means that you're actually engaging with more sides of her than just her sexuality or her physicality or her monetary fears. You're actually in present time, in heart enjoyment of who she is as a pure being without her having to be any particular archetype, right? But now this is the chakra that it's because it's laughter and it's humor and it's devotion and it's staying steady and it's being present and it's unconditional. It's feeling. It's being okay with feelings and passion. But the thing is, you don't want to get into the passion that's just a bunch of drama and negativity that's splattering against the wall. You want to have an exercise that you do every week that's called withholds, pulling withholds, where you share with each other the things that you've been withholding. And you do it in sacred space. I have videos on my show about that, where every week you just communicate in a safe container with an exercise that helps you do that, so that you're staying connected on the feeling level in a safe way, where it's not about drama. It's just about letting emotions move. And you know that when they move and they come up and out, they transform. Okay, so you're allowing them without being identified with them or without repressing them. So that's a subtle art, but that will open her heart. You see, so you're wanting her to go to this place of this tantric woman who's just wildly sexy and completely out of control. But she will only do that if her heart feels held by you in the lotus of your many petals of your masculine devotion. Okay, so now you get to number 5, the communication chakra and word flowers. This is what the Latino guys understand. Expressing your love in words. So you're gonna need to get her to that place, like if you're lovemaking and you know how to say more things as the in the act, where you're saying more appreciations of her and more things you love about her and more ways you're devoted to her in the act, and you say these appreciations and they're specific and they're unique and they're connected to who she really is, you're gonna it's like undoing a corset or many buttons that just come undone and make her feel like she wants to give more to you. She wants to share more to you. And that would include, like, I love your sounds. I love your smells, things like that, where she doesn't feel inhibited and afraid. She feels like she wants to give her scent to you, give her emotional undoing to you, which is where all these synapses of the feminine body start to open up, where, oh my God, she got hundreds of feelings going through her and she's multi-orgasmic because her heart has opened